There we go. I'm going. Hello. I knew it would brighten up a bit. Hi. Bonjour. I'll give everybody a second to jump in. I'm sure it's going to take a minute because it's football day. People are watching foosball. And that's okay. Just make sure everything's good to go. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. We do have a bit to talk about. Things have been crazy, a little bit wild. And yeah, how you doing? Look at this. I wanted to bring something fun. And I feel like I'm kind of in a festy outfit, so I just want to show that off. Hola, bonjour. How do you do? Ni hao. What is up, turds, nerds, freaks, and geeks, and all that's in between? It's me, your girl, Daisy Dame. Welcome back to my channel. So nice to see all of you popping in. I knew if I just gave you a moment, if you build it, they will come, right? Isn't that what they say? Thank you. I actually wanted to wear something like cute and flowy today, and I ended up in this, and I was like, well, we're going with it. Because I feel like today is a really interesting day. Many people are feeling many things. I feel like America took off its belt last night after a huge dinner, and everybody just kind of took a sigh, not even if it's relief or whatever, I'm not even sure, but seriously, it's genuinely, that's how I felt. So there's going to be people that are rather upset today. There's going to be some people that are just disappointed. There's going to be some people that are excited. There's going to be some people that are relieved. So no matter where you fall on that, I'm here for you. It's okay. All is well. You know what I mean? I promise you this was going to be a doozy. And I don't I promise you, we say this all the time. This isn't something I want to be right about. We don't want to be right about these things. We just call them as we see them. And we called it as we saw it. So I have a few things I want to talk about. Of course, I'm not just going to sit here and babble, although I do that pretty well. The outfit of the day, like I said, just something comfy, cute, and flowy. I've got this little nice top on, and it's got this really cute skirt. I'll show you. Ta-da. It's like a gray, but green, but gray. I don't know how that works, but it's really awesome. I'm so glad you finally got a notice. Yay, it's about time. Do work, son. I'm doing work. Come on. I need somebody to hold up their half. And I don't mean you guys. I mean this platform in which we work. All right, And the mug of the day is this snowman, because I feel as though we will be going into a very harsh winter. So prepare yourselves for that. ASMR. Get your cappuccinos ready. Okay, genuinely, like I said, people are going to be feeling all kinds of things. Exactly. And that's fine. And honestly, there have been times where I'm really tempted to go to Canada. There's been a few times, trust me, guys, I'm saying this as someone who woke up, the last election at 3 a.m, and I cried. I didn't even know who was president yet, but I just cried because I knew that that last presidency would change everything forever. I knew that things would be different for whatever reason. From that point on, things would be different here, no matter what that means. I agree with that, Miss Tingley. That's why I haven't gone. Although they are my cool neighbors, and I do appreciate my Canadian friends. You guys are amazing. Yeah, but we've been taking notice to these things. Welcome to your very own deprogramming stream. I'm so grateful to have each and every one of you. Genuinely, especially to my members. There is a channel, some of you may know, Dana Ashley. If it sounds familiar, let me know in the chat. Make sure that what you're saying is positive, kind. Have a conversation. Please do engage. If you have any constructive criticism, that's all well and good. If you want to have, a conversation about these things, like I said, just keep it civil. That's all. We're all human beings here. Again, I don't care where you fall. This really doesn't matter. This isn't our football team's playing today. Well, it kind of is. Where it's it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the color or the side you chose. If you truly believe in your hearts, right, that one side has bad actors, right, and you're just ooh, this is the side, this is the bad side, you got to be aware. You've got to check yourself and realize you got to keep that energy across the board. I don't care what side you're repping. You got to know that there is this type of thing happening across the board, right? Like this isn't just, oh, it's this side for sure. Oh, it's that side for sure. Oh, they're too sensitive. Oh, they're too extreme. Oh, da 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 da. Like, come on. Come on. I know you're smarter than this. I know this, right? So I know many of you have your opinions on certain channels. That's fine. But what I'd hope is that you take the good info from these people that you hear from, regardless. You are meant to learn from everyone. It doesn't mean that they all have to be the best people. You can learn from literally everybody. So, and not just people like yourselves, right? Like, this is the thing that some of my friends or like family members may not understand is like, I'm constantly listening to opposing viewpoints. I am constantly listening to both sides. I am constantly like going in my brain and sorting it all out. One moment. One second. Are you okay? I'm sorry. That's on having a 5-year-old. So sorry about that. Normally I try and make sure that everything's all set and he's good to go. But sometimes things happen. So sorry. So, okay. This is what we're discussing, right? We're discussing that there legit has to be bad actors on both sides, and we have to come to terms with that. And I know that sometimes we don't want to address it, but we got to recognize it. We have to recognize it, because once we finally start recognizing these things and addressing these things, then we can get to the roots of the real issues and start fixing the real problems, right? Instead of just, oh, this faking of, oh, we're going to fix everything. Oh, we're going to make it all better. Oh, everything that has been wronged in the last couple years, we're just going to make it all better. And poof, everything's going to be fine again. And now we can all just have this relaxing time. And it's like, what is this feeling? This is why I titled it, What is this feeling? Because as I stated, there are some out there celebrating right now, but there's also some out there like me who are just like in limbo, like, I don't trust it. I don't quite trust it. I don't think that this is it. I think that they're going to string this along. I think that this show, this particular episode, is not over, and they're going to keep it going. I mean, they've already told us that. They've already let us know that. They've said that time and time again, that this would continue, right? It would just go on. And they kept saying things about issues with voting. And the thing is on this again is with either side. I want you to be able to address that on either side, if there is actual fraud taking place, then we should be concerned about that. We should be worried about that, because they have been able to prove that there was people who have passed away that were voting. There was X amount in PA, X amount in other places where, I mean, some of you may have already heard about this. There were people that were 119 years old, born in, the 1920s, 1910. How could this be? It's very rare for people to live this long. Do you see? Oh, thank you so much. Take care of yourselves and your families first, but that's so sweet. But do you get what I'm saying? We should address this no matter what. This should be something that we should be concerned about. This should be something that we want to fix, something that we want to know, something that we're aware of. And it doesn't matter whose side you're on or which side you choose or what color you choose to represent, whether red or blue, it doesn't matter. So again, if you've heard of this Dana Ashley, please check them out. They're so amazing. We're going to discuss some of what they have talked about, the bad actors. Dana came out with a new video. It is their most recent. And do you know how she started it? This is one of the parts that just blew my mind, right? And I promise you, this isn't like, I'm not going after one person or another. I'm not saying this person is right, this person is wrong. I'm saying we all need to fix the whole thing. It needs a good old revamp, a good old sorting out, right? let's get rid of these bad actors and get in the good ones. If we're here to watch this show and like suffer through it, can we at least get some good actors? Can we at least get some excitement? Can we at least get some thrills? And like, I'm bored, right? Oh, thank you so much. Take care of yourselves and your families first. But thank you so much for donating. It genuinely means a lot to me. But I'm here for the deprogramming session because I know you're smart. I know you're smart. You're smart because you recognize that something's happening. You're smart because you know that things feel off, that things haven't been the same. You know, whether that's just you're realizing this within the last few years, which many people are, or whether it's been over the last decade. So many people are starting to recognize that there is a situation here. And it doesn't technically even have to be about the politics. It doesn't even have to be about that. It's literally each facet of these high societies, right? That need a good cleansing. It's not just that. It's not just that. And I know that that's the elephant in the room. We can't avoid it, literally, right? Just can't. But we can try. Trust me. I've been diving into video games like it's my business. Like the new season of Apex came out and I was like, oh, girl, just in time. Thank you so much for donating. Take care of yourselves and your families first, but genuinely and seriously, let it out, guys. I want to hear from you too. How are you feeling? How did you feel last night? Were you one of those people in the streets honking your horn? Or were you one of those people that were like, I got this weird feeling? Like they've been telling us for a while, right? That this mail-in voting, that something would happen, that it would be an issue. And I, again, not going against either side. It's just something that we've been told, something that they kept saying, right? So that was a card that they could have played. For me, as someone who plays like video games and like reads comic books, I see these as like different narratives as to where they could branch off of. And essentially what they do is like they set up like 3 or 4 narratives that they could take down any route. They could go down. No, not now, phone. You don't get to be nosy right now. You sneaky son of a. I'm leaving it out of the room next time. I'm not bringing my phone in anymore when I'm streaming. Sneaky, sneaky. That's the thing, right? People are rejoicing right now, but what would cause more pain or turmoil or the most craziest thing to happen? What would turn this whole thing on its head? Well, it already has, right? We've been doing like a beatbox and we've been swirling on our head for the last few days. We've been like clowning. Oh, America is the show, people. It is the show to watch. The entire world is waiting with bated breath to see what happens next right here on your homeland. Thank you, Ryan. Take care of yourselves and your families first. But thank you so, so, so much for donating. Genuinely, it means so much. Yeah, that's why we have the snowman cup. It's going to be a cold winter. Hi, Em. How you doing? Yeah, it's wild. And that's the thing is you got to trust your instincts. I did say there would be a point where you can't trust your eyes and ears, that there will be deception around every corner. This is what's happening. Don't you see? You do see. That's why you're here. That's why you're hanging out with me, right? Because you got an inkling, right? We might not know everything, but we got an idea. Please grab your cappuccinos, smash that like button, and let's dissect this situation. Because what would turn things even on more so on its head? What would flip this right back around on its feet? I know you know. What would flip it back on its feet is if somehow, some way, Trump ends up going to court, does all these lawsuits, and he takes back the win, right? Like, say he takes back the presidency, that would truly just set the world aflame, wouldn't it? And it's the show, guys. So you really should expect the unexpected. We should expect all these narratives. Like, again, as I stated, they set all of these storylines up as if like they could go down any of these routes, but they don't have to follow all those narratives. They just have to stick with 1 or 2 and follow. And that's the thing is I'm full of faith. I have so much faith. I'm full of hope. But hope is dangerous. Hope is like, it's not good for you. Hope can be a negative thing towards you. And that's the psychology of it, guys. We could live off hope all we want. We could get ripped off the hope. We could live our dreams on the hope. The American dream is built on hope. But what happened? Where are we at now? Like, legit. The people are the ones that are being failed. America is the biggest loser every time. Like, legit, this last 2 elections, everything that's been happening, not even with the elections. Again, this isn't just politics. It's with everything. It's all these things, big tech, like all of these things, it's been a no bueno downward spiral, right? It's like as if we're getting sucked like quicksand, like my nightmare, and I can't stop it from happening. But at the same time, I want you to know we shouldn't be in fear. We shouldn't have concern. Again, for those of you who took that sigh of relief last night, for those of you who may have been celebrating, all the more power to you. And whomever wins, I said this last time, I'm more than fine with calling them my president. I'm more than fine with attempting to back them as long as they're doing the right thing. But the problem is all of these people getting elected and not following through. Some people have followed through. You guys know who that is. Some people have followed through on their promises. Others have not. Is this going to be another thing where we see where somebody is elected and we don't see anything done, or something happens and then Kamala ends up? Do you know how many times they accidentally said President Kamala? That alone is like, gives me the giggles, you guys. Again, not for one side or another, just makes me giggles right now. We're just discussing it. We're not, you know what I mean? We're looking at, we have to be objective here. We've got to be realistic. We've got to be objective. We got to look at the whole picture, because if we say that this is what's going to happen, and we keep those blinders on, then we're missing everything that's happening in our peripherals. We're missing all these things coming up on our side, and we're missing all these things that we could be taking care of right now. Okay? I'm so done with waiting for change. I'm so done with waiting for things to get better. It's time for us to take that into our own hands and make it better. If we're in control of this reality, right, then let's handle it. Let's handle it. Right. Or if they don't, and it's kept up in court for however long, guess who it goes to? The speaker. She would be president. So like literally anything goes at this moment. And I can't say it enough. It could be anything. It's a wild card. We are so up in the air. I feel like, we should have this like resolution. People should feel secure. This is the answer. Da da da. We're done. This is it. People who need to start feeling disappointed or grieving or going through the stages of, that they need to go through, they can start doing that process. People who are excited can praise and, hoot and holler and honk their horns from 6 feet apart and just get downright excited in the streets. I'll tell you what, things that have seemed more calm, right? I bet you. I got this weird feeling. Honestly, just an inkling. We're not going to see any more big issues, are we? Not yet. Oh, no. Nay, nay. Not yet. Mm-mm. We won't see anything in our streets. Mm-mm. We won't see any more problems or people. I bet it'll get real quiet for a minute. I bet people are just going to just disappear and not be in the streets anymore for some reason, even though it was such a big deal and so important, and everybody was all riled up, and it was a very important thing and a very serious thing. But now everybody's just at home and compliant and happy. That's all. I can't tell you enough how much they just want us content. They just wish. They're like, seriously, Daisy, you just upgraded to the new iPad and you're still talking about this stuff. You just got the new season of Apex Legends and you're here talking about this right now. How dare you? Are you not busy enough? Shan't you be bothered with these other spoils? Shan't you be bothered? Like, why am I here now, right? How dare I? How dare I, when there's so many things that I could be eating or doing, right? Like I could just be sitting on butt eating snacks, playing video games. No shade, no tea. I do that sometimes, but it's not something we should be doing all the time, and it's not something we should get comfortable with. Again, this should not be a comfortable place for us. It's not. You guys know me, binging on pints of chocolate ice cream. And when I say pints, I mean gallons, not pints. But I say pints to make it sound not so bad. Legit chocolate gallons. Yanni's working on her back roll. I got one. Pardon my humor. I do feel as though sometimes it's necessary to lighten the mood. So, anywho, okay, this is something that I want you to think about real quick, okay? Dana Ashley, she discusses this. She discusses the highest. She mentions the Church of Satan and how this is a big deal right now, right? Ooh, that satanic panic fear. Don't you think that's real? You silly crazies. That's not anything. It's only the only thing that keeps existing and the only, evil against that keeps reoccurring. And, but okay. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. So, for instance, the highest person that you can get in the Church of Satan, right? Or like whatever these satanic beliefs is called the Mega. The Mega. MEGA. Holy moly. Let that sink in for a moment. It's madness. The enemy cannot help but show their hand, especially now. At this point, there is no denying that there is a broken system, and furthermore, that it is inherently corrupt. If you hear that voice of doubt, if you have these strong emotional reactions to this, I want you to strongly consider why. They have been playing the long game for a long time, and we are just now catching on, and I promise you, we're hundreds of years too late. Legit. This old boys club, it's been set up a long time ago. Ooh, vanilla bean with the pineapple. Yes, please. You guys have good taste. See, that's right. I knew you were smart. You have class. Exactly. Okay, let's go further into this because I don't want to bore you too much with my rant. But so, again, we must understand bad actors, both sides. Question yourself as to why you have these. Oh my goodness. Julie and Elijah. Sorry about that. He's watching a video and it must be upsetting him a little bit. He's raging. Can you hear him? Hold on. Let me check real quick. You good, bud? Okay. Let's quiet down a little bit, please. Thank you. Love you very much. Mommy's little angel. Sorry about that. I know some people, I'm so sorry. I know that some people get upset and they're like, Daisy, you should have that handled, But I do what I can. I'm a single mama. So, okay, let's go on. Promise, we're hundreds of years too late. Bye now. Okay, honey, you're just going to have to wait a couple more minutes, okay? Just give me a second. Okay, do you want to come in and say hi? You need to say hi real quick, and then you gotta go back in the other room. Okay, shh. No, come here, say hi to the camera, because I'm streaming. I told you I was gonna stream. Just say hi real quick. Oh, it doesn't see you. Oh, hi everybody. Oh, they can't hear you. Oh, why do you keep bending down? Hi. Okay, are you playing peekaboo? All right, now we gotta go. Say, see you later. See you later. You know they can't hear that. Come on. Okay. I know. I knew he would. I knew if I let him say hi, that would be it. He is just the sweetest thing. Thank you guys for just adoring him as much as I do because he's my everything and he's amazing. I'm fortunate. Oh, I forgot the camera's still down. Okay. So let's get back to where we were. Okay. There's been a plan. This plan has been in place for a very long time. People who have created this plan, it's been there long time ago before us. Okay. Consider these things. Why do you have these feelings? Why do you have these reactions? Why do you have this feeling of, unknowing still? Why does it feel like we're in limbo? By now, things are already set in motion, and we are just watching the chips fall where they may. It is order out of chaos. They want you to feel confused. They want you to lose your trust. And they want you unsure, insecure, and unknowing. They want you fat and lazy, so you don't even give it a second thought. They say, don't think. We do that for you. No worries. Just put on a headset and dive into this battle pass, right? Or just do this instead. Plenty of other things you could be doing. How dare you research what could be going on? How dare you want to know the nature of your existence and whether that people are honest and genuinely being transparent? That's not tea. Oh, thanks. So sweet. Oh, yeah, I do think that we should have faith, but hope can be a little dangerous. So be careful with that. So, all right, the enemy, like I said, cannot help but show us their hands. It is what it is. They want you unsure. They want you unknowing. And I say this too. I'm not perfect. I'm human. I fall into these things. I play video games. I love gaming, right? And I love video games like their arts and their stories, but don't think that I'm not side-eyeing everything that I come across, like every storyline, every art, one theme that I've told you about that keeps coming up. Oh, thank you so much. You look beautiful too. You're also amazing. Right? Exactly. So it's like, I bet you that we're going to see a lot less in our streets, a lot less craziness going on. It's going to get real calm for a minute, right? So, the biggest thing that we're seeing is that there was possibly, these are all theories, just so you know, I'm not saying that this is what it is, this point, just a theory, but there is this storyline that persists, that happens over and over, that there was a superior race of beings on a said planet, which they had this utopia destroyed. However, an ancient technology exists. So, if we're going to think of that, how else would this ancient technology exist, or where else would it come from? And do you know what? Another big theme that we've talked about is portals, and a new movie that just came out called Portals. And guess what they looked like? It came to Earth, and it was in, like, they'll just pop up, and it's a doorway, and it looks like, oh, I wish I had my, it looks like this. Do you know what these look like? All our screens, all our black boxes, besides the cube. You know what I mean? What is that thing on Mars, right? What is this thing on Mars that's significant? Do you know what it's called? It's a monument, like it just keeps reoccurring, okay? And another point that Dana Ashley points out is that in the days of Egypt, people were taken out of Egypt, right? Jesus, everybody's leaving Egypt. They're like, we're done with Egypt. Why? But then we live in the US and we still have a pyramid on the back of our dollar bill and we don't ask why. We still have symbolism in the form of statues, and in Washington, D.C., there are certain statues, and I'm not talking about the one of men. I hope you would know. So how is it that all these things still exist today? And why? I don't know. I just feel like there's so much missing, and we should not be too quick to be comfy and just all's well that ends well. Everything's fine now. Like, we still have to be careful, right? Exactly. We still have to take care of our loved ones and be the best person that we can. Do the next best thing always. Just try our best to do what we can as a human being to make this future better for our children. And that's genuinely, exactly, that's not just figuratively these speeches that all these talking heads give of false promises and false futures and false dreams, when the people that they're meant to be helping, they're bringing them down. There was a point where all races were getting proper treatment. There was a time that everybody was getting help, assistance, right? And we were so close. It seemed as though the world, the last two generations are the most diverse generations ever. Ever. So how is it that race issues and all these things are still a problem? It's really not. It's really not. These things aren't. Thank you so much for joining us while you could, guys. It means a lot to me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to smash the like button. But genuinely, think about these things. It's just, I know that my brain gets a little scattermined sometimes, but it always ends up connecting. It always ends up making sense. And it's ridiculous to me. It blows my mind that some people will just never see it. And as I stated, I saw this movie recently called Portals. I think that we are definitely not meant to be of this world, just in it. So do not put a party before your creator. The saddest thing is it's not about one or the other, right? Our country, it's just not what we've been taught from the start. We accept the pyramid on the back of our dollar bill. The all-seeing eye watching us at all times. And it is Babylon. She's the hooch riding on the back of the beast. It stinks. It's frustrating because we do want a better future. We don't want to fall for these things. We don't want these things to continue happening. But people keep getting fed on these false promises and false narratives and false lines that they could go down. And it's only because of social media and people like you and I that they now have to hold themselves accountable, that they now have to do fact checking, that they now have to be more honest or transparent, or they know. I mean, they will try and, quiet down. You don't think this? Well, then you better just quiet down. That's not, it's not right? It seems like that's what I mean. This feeling, right? The day and age effects, right? What, we got Snopes? Come on. Follow the trails now. I know you guys be falling down those rabbit holes. You know. You're clever, very smart, very wise. So no matter what, please do be aware of what's going on. It is still this unknowing, right? Like I'm pretty sure that's how a lot of people are feeling. Nothing's wrong. We were just discussing what's going on and how people are feeling all different things. Like some people are feeling good and relieved and fine and like calm and some people are feeling scared and upset and da da da. And yeah, yeah, right. I know. Trust me. I don't agree with that. So point is, always be aware that if there's bad actors on one side, there's definitely got to be bad actors on the other side, and we cannot deny that. We have to be aware regardless, and you have to listen to the opposing side. You have to listen to both sides, and you have to take the good information and leave the bad. You have to understand that the truth is somewhere in the middle. It's not yes, it's them. It's not yes, it's them. No, it's not. And hello, Seven. I bet you're looking handsome today. How are you? But truly though, like, think about this, okay? If I'm driving a car, hold on. A wee cuppa. Everybody take your sip. If we're driving this car, get in my car, y'all. Okay, my big VW bus. I got room for all 46 of you. And smash that like button. And we're driving, right? And I'm just driving and we're going and you say right. And I go right. And then you say left and I go left. And then you say, now go right. And I go right. Well, guess what? We ain't driving very good, are we? No, we're just burp, 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 burp. It's dangerous. That's dangerous, right? Can't be doing that. We've got to find ourselves this happy middle. We've got to find ourselves this happy little place in between, because there was a time where the people who are in their higher echelons of life, they did work together. They were actually chummy. In fact, I bet a lot of them still are. I bet that it's a lot like the wrestling shows and maybe some sports. Certain things, most things, It's rigged. It's a rigged game in a rigged system. There's no change in that unless we are really, really doing something about it. That's this is people are getting comfortable and like they're getting calm, and that's great. But I feel if they were to want to enrage people the most, they would just be like boop. And you know that these people, it's not a very large amount, I would think. No, never mind. I shouldn't say that. People are going to be upset regardless. Let's say that. I'm like, how do I put things? Yeah, but that's the end all be all. Yeah, and think about it. A certain somebody sat front row at Hillary's wedding, and then as soon as he was elected, he was like, "Oh, let's give her a break. Oh, let's stop that. That doesn't sound so good after the election." You have to be aware that this you could just be aware of both sides. Like just be aware and don't blind yourself to it, because if you just say I'm dead set on this, and you will just like the others, you'll have blinders, and you won't see the rest of what's going on. Right, exactly. No, do your thing. There's certain words, just so you guys know. So if certain messages go missing, it might have been by accident, because we have to get rid of certain words in the chat so that we can try and stay a-okay in the good graces of our good old Susan. Hi, Susan. I hope you're doing so well today. Thanks for allowing me to be here. Take your sip, everybody. Okay, yeah. So the point of why I did jump on, essentially, why I'm here, is because I did want to let you know that guess what? Every little thing is going to be all right. So don't worry about a thing. Genuinely, really, please. We don't fear bait here. I don't do this, okay? I'm not about the fear. Fear, the only thing to fear is fear itself. And genuinely, you shouldn't even fear that, because that's weak. And you're not weak, so don't fear it. Come on. Look at this. I do things. And yeah, oh yeah, keep hitting the like. You guys are doing awesome. I genuinely did want to let you know that things, regardless, however it does go, it will be okay. There will still be good people out there fighting for what's right and doing their best to help us get to where we need to be, right? To do what's right in this world, to really make a better future for our loved ones and my son. Like, you best believe I'm going to leave this world 10 times better than I found it for my baby. Oh, 7. Jules was here for a second and you missed it. If he wasn't being such a wild child, I'd bring him back in for you, but who knows? He might just run in by himself. But then he's going to steal the show again. Yeah, these are just paintings I've been working on right now. But do let me know. How are you guys? Thank you all so much for joining me. This is one of our busiest shows. Aw. I feel so honored. You guys are so sweet. Oh, this is a painting I've been working on recently, and this one is really cool. What do you guys think of this one? This one, I wanted to do something different because I really like to do like weird paintings. And so I saw this like staircase that I want eventually one day, and it's like this spiral staircase. So I was like, I am gonna paint that. So it's not done yet. A few of them are not done yet, but it looks really cool. And I kind of want to slide down the banister. I don't even want to say it that way. Gosh darn it, Daisy, good Lord. So sorry. Sometimes I have to catch myself before I make jokes. Be a dame, lady. Good girl. Calm down. I was just making jokes about the banister. It's okay. Let's not talk about it. Okay. Making jokes. So do let me know. How are you guys feeling? What's going on? What have you been dealing with? And also, I didn't have a nightmare. After the nightmare, you remind me of Alice Wonderland, your painting. Oh, cool. That's really sweet. I have Alice on there. And I have these. I have quite a few things. Are you talking to me, Em? Oh, okay. I know. I shall stop censoring myself, but I try to keep it dame-like. Even if I'm not censoring myself, I still want to keep it like, you know. I try to be a lady for the most part, unless I'm gaming and some tosser shoots me and I end up not winning or something, then I go beast mode. Then you'll see a kind of upset Daisy that I don't think anybody's ever seen. No, I don't get upset. It takes a lot. It really does. Seriously. Right. Like I feel like that ninja meme where he's like, "What the did you say to me, you little?" Oh, I love Battlefield too. Yes, I have that. I have Battlefield. Do you know what? I cried at the storyline of Battlefield. That's what I mean. Like, I love some of these games so much, like the storylines. I'm paying well aware attention to like the repeating factors in these video games. Video games are the hottest thing right now. Do you know that? Yeah, genuinely. Dead A. So, of course, they're going to put these things in the video games. What are the biggest games that have come out? Mass Effect, uh, Apex Legends is another big one. Like, what's that one? That one with all the it's like Mass Effect. I always forget the name of it, but it's really popular too. Final Fantasy. It's all the same thing. All this old technology, ancient technology. Horizon Zero Dawn. Oh my goodness. I am legit. Absolutely. I'm almost too legit. Oh wait. Too legit. Too legit. Oh damn it. I'm gonna be doing it all day. Stop it. I know that.